Well, hello, Stampers. It's the Pampered Stamper from Chatham, Ontario, Jackie Bolcha, and I have the distinct honor of teaching you a special fold card today. Now, this is not my original work at all. It was originally designed by scrimpingmummy.com, and she called it a triple floating diamond card. And my team member, Barb Gourlay, has adapted it so that it fits into a regular North American sized envelope. Okay, and it's also in inches. And so I will share. I'll share the diagram that she gave in the description. But what we're going to start off with is we need two pieces of 4x8 paper. So I'm using thick white cardstock, and we are going to change the camera angle, and we're going to get started. Okay, let's have a look. See. So it's a little bit tricky. I'm not going to lie. I made a mistake the first time I made it. We made it at a retreat. So I have an 8.5 by 11. I'm going to cut off half an inch. Okay, so then we're guaranteed to have 8 inches. And we need two that are 4 by 8. But you know what I'm going to do? I like to score them both at the same time. So basically we have an 8 by 8 inch square. Okay, so 8 by 8 inches. And then we're going to score at 2, 4, and 6 inches. Okay, so 2 inches, and it really, because it's an 8 by 8 inch square, you can't get it wrong. 2 inches, 4 inches, and it's important that you go, like, be consistent. So go right in the middle of that gray line on your trimmer. 2, 4, and 6. There. Okay, and then I'm going to just cut it in half because I need two 4 by 8 pieces. Okay. So again, accuracy is important. And now we need to take both of these pieces. Now, Barb used a template, but I find it easier to use a ruler. Just grab that for a minute. And we're just going to cut each end into a diamond. So this is what we want it to look like this. So we just take you should probably use a pencil, but I'm using a pen. So this is 4 inches, and we want to put a little mark at 2 inches. So just center it like this, because I see that my piece is slightly smaller than 4 inches. So I'm just making sure that it's in the middle and at the 2 inch mark. And then I like to make a little mark right here on the score line too, just so that I can see it. Okay, and then we're going to do that on the other side as well. Okay, so 2 inch mark. And then a little dot for visual purposes only over here. And then we're going to take our paper trimmer again, and we're going to line this up in the trough so that that pencil mark is in the trough, and it's in the trough over here. Okay, and we're just going to trim that down like so. And now for this part, if you line this up so that it's right on a line on your trimmer here, let's do it like this. Straight line, and then you have your mark and your mark, and you're good to go. Okay, and you're going to do that the same on the other side. So I'll do it on one. So you're going to put your pencil mark in the cutting trough and the other one in the cutting trough. Trim it down, turn it so that this is on a straight line on your paper trimmer. It's so nice that the paper trimmer has that feature to make it easier. And I'm going to stand up so I can see better. And just move it over a little bit. I'm not quite in the trough with that mark. And then you want to have that straight. There we go. Okay. So now I'm going to take the two pieces that I had. We're going to fold this up. And then if you have a bone folder handy, that's probably a good idea to give it a nice, I don't have my bone folder handy, so you can use the edge of your ruler as well, like so. And now, the next thing that we have, let me get my piece of paper, and maybe you can take a screenshot of this. I've stamped on this piece of paper. So we need 3 squares of the same base cardstock. So we're using a thick basic white. You need 3 squares that are 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, and these are going to be used as the diamonds, okay? And then we're going to have pool party pieces that are also 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And then you need white pieces to stamp on that are 2 5/8 by 2 5/8. And then you're going to use panels of embossed cardstock or DSP. You need 6 of them, and they're 1 7/8 by 3 7/8. Okay, so this is the trick that Barb taught me, and I'm just going to grab my liquid adhesive. Okay, so I'm just going to take my bone folder, I grabbed it for a minute, and just give that a nice tight crease. And I'm going to do that with both. I can do the other ones later because, to tell you the truth, I haven't figured out how the folds have to go. But what you're going to do is you're going to take these two together and then just put them in between your fingers like this. So you're creating a tabletop. Okay, want to make sure that your points are together. And then, I should have unscrewed this. Look at this, I'm a one-handed monkey. We're going to put adhesive right on here. Liquid adhesive allows you to, see, when I did this the first time, I put adhesive in between here, and that's not where you want it. You want it on these two triangles. And then we're going to put our 2 3/4 inch square on here. Okay, here we go. So going to put, and that's going to hold it together. So see, just going to put that on there. And it's okay that there's a little tiny piece that's there. You just don't want it overlapping anywhere. And that's why it's so nice to use liquid adhesive. If you're not using liquid adhesive, you're going to be in trouble. Okay? And then we're going to put a piece of our pool party on there. Might as well do it all at once. So now, and I'm not going right to the edge so that I don't get too much oozing. Okay. There. This is the trickiest part of the whole card, okay? And the neat thing about this card, I didn't even show it to you yet. I'm thinking that my fingers are getting a cramp. I think I can put it down now. I'm going to do this. See, and now I can give it a nice press. You can kind of wiggle it a little bit if you need to. There. Okay, while we're letting that dry, take a look at the finished card. Here it is. Oops, it's upside down. So here it is. And see? And you can set it up like this. It looks really cool. Just move all this away. So what we've done so far is just we've made the base of this. And then we're going to do one on the end part. And you know what? While I have this piece, I'm going to take my crumb cake pieces and put them in here. Now, this is the Wave embossing folder. It may be discontinued now, I'm not sure. But we're just going to put these panels, and they should have really been going the other way, but it doesn't matter. It's just for decor. Okay, so we're going to put those in behind. The nice thing about having them vertical is that you don't have to line them up so that they match. And like I said, you could use DSP. I'm just sliding it right in behind there. You want to make sure that you do not cover up your score line, okay? So it's really not a difficult card once you grasp how to trim your edges into points and once you figure out how to make that center part. And you just remember to make a table with your fingers. Okay. So great thanks to scrimpingmummy.com. I will look her up and see if I can give her proper credit or link her blog. So here we go. You know, the Stampin' community, we really do need each other. It's so wonderful to stamp, to share, to inspire, to create, share, and inspire. That is the tagline from Stampin' Up. Create, share, inspire. Okay, so I have to do one more. And then the other two are for the back of the card. Okay. The pool party and crumb cake is just a very soothing combination of colors. Very beachy. The stamp set that we're using is actually part of a kit that is on sale right now with Stampin' Up. Our kits collection are all buy one, get one half price, and the more expensive one can be the half price item. How awesome is that? Okay, so there we have it. And now what we want to do, see, so we've got it like this and like this. So we've got that mountain valley, and you know what? This one hasn't been scored yet, I see. So we'll do that right now. Okay, so now we need our last squares, and I have a bit of glue on my fingers. That does happen sometimes with your Tombow. I have 2 more squares, and look, now you have to think carefully. This one has to go like that. So we're putting adhesive only on this part here. There. There we go. So now you want to make sure that your corners are perfectly lined up. Okay? And that's looking good. And now we can put a piece of Pool Party on there, and we'll do the same thing on the other side, and then we can do our stamping. And then you can decorate, and then the card is finished. And I'm not sure if you want to see me do the stamping, but I will. You can always fast forward, and if those of you who are watching just wanted to learn how to do the fold, well, now you know. I'm really happy I didn't mess it up. But you do something once or twice, and the thing is, when you learn a fancy fold, always make a second one very soon after making the first one, because then it's solidified in your mind. You won't forget as easily. If you wait too long with doing it again, you might forget. So I just want to make sure I'm in the picture. I am. Okay. There we go. And so videos are wonderful for learning special folds. It's much easier than trying to describe it in writing. You can see I have some glue on here. That's okay. It just rubs right off. And the nice thing is when you rub the glue off your fingers, it also takes the dirt off. So that's good. Now we'll put a piece of Pool Party on there, and then we'll do our stamping. And just in case the Pool Party isn't exactly the same size as the white, I'm not going right to the very edge. Okay. There we go. But it does look like it's about an exact fit. There. Okay, so now I'm going to grab some grid paper here. And we have our, you've got to remember that you want to line them up nicely. I did use my Stamparatus, okay? And we are also going to use, now, if I can find it, we have our new, what's it called? Our masking paper. Okay, so I have our masking paper, and I'm just going to cut 2 strips that are about, I think 1.5 inches will probably do. 1.5 inches. And I have not used this stuff before, so you guys are guinea pigs right along with me. But it's much nicer than using sticky notes. So here we have it. And we're going to lay our diamond on our grid paper. I don't know if you guys can see it. I probably should zoom in. So what I'm doing is I'm lining up my diamond so that the points are on that stripe in the middle. And now look at this masking paper. It has a, oh goodness, I thought it did. It's got a backing like so. And we're going to just lay that, I want it about like so. Okay, so I'm doing that, and then I'm going to do it on the bottom. I want to leave a gap in the middle where I'm going to sponge. There. Okay, so I'm using a blending brush and crumb cake. And I'll zoom in a little bit, okay, so you can see better. Zoom. There. Here. All right, so my crumb cake here. So please do subscribe to my channel, the Pampered Stamper. Well, you'll see it. Just click on the red button. So I'm going off a little bit and then going in. Doesn't look like it's doing anything, but trust me, once you remove the mask, it's amazing how much color is really there. Just remember to always start off, because otherwise you're going to get blobs. You don't want blobs of color. I'm so happy that Stampin' Up! Has masking paper now. This is the first time we've ever had it, and I'm pretty excited about it. And I'm even thinking that it might work to use this on the Stamparatus to hold it in place. Okay, so we're going to try that right away. I have my Stamparatus here, and I'm going to open that up. I know you can't see it, just be patient. We're just going to peel this off. There, see, you can see, look, it looks good, but I'm just going to leave the mask on there because I'm hoping I can put it on my Stamparatus. Let's have a look. We can peel this whole thing off. Then that's a double use. Yes, okay, so let's have a look. Move the, oh, this is fantastic. This makes me so happy. See, so now we can stamp our words. I don't even really need the magnet. I'm not sure what I did with the stamp set, so we'll just move this aside. And we're going to do another one of these. I thought I had cut another masking piece off. Let's see. I'm not sure that I did. Okay, so the trick is I have my masking paper, but I'm using, you can see that really light rectangle. I'm using that as a guide so that both of my masks are going to be the same size. Now, I hadn't thought of that. When Barb did it, she used a template with a rectangle cut out, but I wanted to use our new masking paper. It's much easier than cutting out a rectangle. So I'm just using that as a guide. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing that we did with the first one. And remember, start off the edge. This is going to be my favorite new product. And I'm curious to know how many times you can reuse it. I think quite a lot. So don't throw it out when you're done with it, because that's wasteful. You might as well make it last as long as you can. There. I think I might need to re-ink my crumb cake. That always happens when you're doing a video, doesn't it? But that's okay. I'm not going to re-ink it now because then everything will be too dark. Okay, so let's take a peek at our finished card and we'll see, look, I'm going to move the crumb cake. So I did this one and this one. So first we're going to do You Made My Day Special, and it's going to be stamped in soft suede on the left, okay? Okay, so we need You Made My Day Special here, and it's going to go on the left. So we're going to grab the Stamparatus, and, oh, and guess what? I should have, this is a photopolymer stamp. I'm going to try it, but I should have the spongy thing underneath to make it thicker. So I don't know if this is actually going to work. I don't think it is. I need to, yeah, no, there's no way. Okay, so I'm going to have to take this off because I forgot that we need this. So now I'm just going to have to eyeball it as far as where it goes. And we're just going to lay this on here. You Made My Day Special. It's nice with photopolymer. You can see where it has to go. So here we go. Oh, I need my magnet. Okay. Now we're good to go. We'll ink it up with soft suede. And my plate is a mess, okay? Oh, look at that. It's dark enough. I don't need to do anything else. I don't need to do it twice. So let's take a peek and see. Look at that. Isn't that nice? So I'm going to just put these masks out of the way for a minute. I am not throwing them out. They are still nice and sticky. So it might be, I don't know how to store them. You could maybe put them right back on the sticker sheet. And where did my second one go? Oh, I think it's underneath here. Yep, there it is. Okay, we'll peel this one off. And there we go. And the second one. There. Pick the whole thing up like so. There. And then we will put it on here. And this one has to have the saying, "You are amazing," and it has to go on the right-hand side. Okay, so right in the middle there. Oh, let's take this one off. There we go. And good. I was just making sure that my recording was still actually going. It's amazing the things that can go wrong if you don't pay attention. And drop it, give it a press. Oh, wonderful. My soft suede is nice and juicy. It doesn't need a second stamp. So that's good. So let's do the same thing again. We'll peel this off. Oh, look, it took a little bit of the thing off. Sometimes you should maybe put it on your skin first. On your arm, that gets rid of some of the stickies. Isn't that beautiful sponging though? I'm really happy with the look of that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to finish our stamping on here. The "You are amazing." We're going to take the, I don't know what this is called. Is it algae? And guess what I don't have here? My blocks. Ah! So many things to think about. Okay, so I have my block and I have my crumb cake, and we are just going to stamp 3 of these in a row across. And I'm just going to flip this because it's easier. There. And then we're going to take another blending brush, this one, and we're going to take Pool Party and we're going to add a little bit of color. Okay. And start off the side. There, takes a bit of patience, and then you just add your color layer by layer. Now we'll do this side. And it just really makes it pop. I'm looking forward to seeing what you do with this and what stamp set you use. It's a fun, fun fold. Floating double diamond, what she said? Triple floating diamond card. Right. Okay, so that's what we have so far. And now we're going to do the other one, if I can find it. You know what? If there's a way for me, oh, there it is. I see it. I should be nice to myself. So this one is going to look exactly the same as the other one. We're going to do the same treatment. So here, triple. And I would like it that they were just touching. Oh, I should have done the center one first. But I'm not standing above my stamping, so my angle is slightly different than what you would be doing if you were at home. Okay. So, and then we'll do, well, you know what? You don't have to see me do this one. Let's do the last one and stamp it. Now, this one doesn't have doesn't have the thing in the middle. So this one's going to say my day is better because of you. And I'm going to do something that I always tell people, don't do it. But because my soft suede has been so juicy, I'm just going to stamp it without using my Stamparatus. So you want to make sure that it's straight across. Tap, tap, tap. And I am going to stand up, and it's slightly above middle, okay? And then count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That gives the chance for the die to transfer. Beautiful. All right, that was worth it. But I am going to use my masking again because I want this to go a little bit lower. Like so. We're going to use this little stamp here. It's kind of like a pebbly one. And not soft suede. I want to do it in crumb cake. Oh, that's Pool Party. Silly girl. Okay. Good thing our paper has 2 sides. So I'm just going to do this. And then you can just go over it like this to blur it a little bit. And I'm actually going to take a bit of crumb cake and just sponge over top as well. So this is a reverse sponging from what the other ones did. Okay, we'll take our masking paper off. So this, it's still very nice and sticky. And this is the second time I'm using it. So that's good to know. So now we're going to take the same little stamp that we used before that I've been calling algae. And we're going to stamp them up like so. And then we're going to do our sponging again. So we want Pool Party. And then I'm going to show you how it was finished off. And I'm not going to do that again. We'll put these on. Just, it's really nice, isn't it? There we go. I can't wait. In a few weeks, I will be back at the sea with my love. I'm so blessed. Gerard, who I'm marrying at the end of August, lives right by the sea. What a dream is that? Okay, so now I'm going to put this one in the middle, and you'll see there's just a tiny little edge of Pool Party on there. So let's do that. Here we go. This is the easy part. Once you have it figured out how to do the mechanism on the front, it's the decorating that you can go as crazy with as you like. I used our sea glass, and I think it's available till the end of June, and then it's gone. It is, I don't think it's in our new catalog, although maybe it is. I think it is actually. It's our pebbles that are not. Okay, and then this is gonna go on the other side. You make my day special. And then what you do is you stamp a bunch of sand dollars and starfish, and you cut them out and you put them where you want them to go. And then I decided to add the pebbles, and it's just a really nice look. So I'll show you that up close in just a minute. And then there's also one more thing that we're going to do on the back, and one thing I want to tell you not to do, because if you do it, you will ruin your card. Okay, so again, pick that up. There. That wasn't so bad, was it? So let's turn it around. So you do not want to put a flat piece across here. You need to keep this because it has to fold in order to fit into the envelope. You can write on this part, you can stamp on this part if you want, and we're just going to put a piece of crumb cake on either side over there. And then we're done. I'm hoping that my camera focused properly this time. My last live video, it was not good. It was blurry the whole time, and I have no idea why. sometimes, you know, things can go well for a long, long time, and then all of a sudden you get thrown with a curved ball. And I don't mind terribly when that happens if I know why. But when I don't know why, it's really frustrating. So anyhow, this one's going to go on this side. And then are you ready to see how it was finished off? And I have to admit, I always fumble a little bit with folding it. So you can have it like this, or these are actually supposed to go in behind like that. And that's why it was important to have your sayings off to the side, to the right and to the left. Okay, so here is the finished card. And you can see, I'm going to hold it up a little bit closer. See how we put the sand dollars and the starfish and the pretty sea glass pieces on here? And then I put a little bit of I think they're retired, those little pearls. They were in brass and yeah, metallic pearls. But there's always something that you can use. So isn't that just beautiful? Now let me see if I can figure out how to fold it up. Eventually it works. I am not, let's see. I know there's a way. And then this one goes, yeah, there we go. I did it. Okay, so it folds flat like this. It is a little bit thick, so it might not. There's another trick to know whether or not your card is going to cost extra postage. If it fits through the paper trimmer thing, then it won't cost you more money. But if you can't get it through here, and you know what, it's not fitting through, then it costs more. So Barb said in Canada, this would cost you $1.30 in postage. Okay? I hope that you enjoyed this. I didn't stamp on the back either, but you could, if you wanted to, just do this, like this. Oh, there, that's pretty. And then, look, there's a, well, there was a sand dollar. I don't know where it went. It must have fallen off. It's probably in my bag. So I can't do that, but otherwise I would have stamped a sand dollar in Pool Party there, or a starfish. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you to Barb Gourlay for figuring out the dimensions in inches. And thank you to scrimpingmummy.com for designing this card in the first place. So I hope you have a super day. If you love this video, please share it so that more people can discover it. All right. Bye.